Welcome back to the Big R Show. As you know that we always talk on Saturday morning, but today we want to look the big game, which is Bloemfontein Celtics and Orlando Pirates. But that doesn't mean that we cannot talk about other things that are happening. Definitely we will, although we'll dedicate much of the time to the final so that we do justice to them. So I'm not alone. I'm accompanied by the usual suspect, Jacob Selematsela. My leader, how are you?
I'm fine, my brother. Thanks. How are you, man?
All right, all right. Yesterday we had a very beautiful show with Mangoba Sheikh Singwenya,
Yes.
who outdone himself by doing a very beautiful event and in Mpumalanga. He has already laid the foundation. So we are going to interact with sheikhs more frequently so that we see what we can do together.
That's right.
And collaborate. Collaboration is very important. Relationship as part of the Arways. Ntwentle, how are you, my brother?
Hey, my brother, it's been a very hectic kind of a day. But you know, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'll be on leave from Monday. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to the weekend.
Is it? All right. Let's look. Let's look probably outside so that we can dedicate more time to Celtics and Pirates. I'm gonna start here at Kaizer Chiefs and Nukovic. Apparently, there is a problem, and the problem centers around the contract. Governor Hunt has come out to say the boy's fit, the body's ready to play, but something outside it's affecting. So it is suggested that it's a contractual issue. Apparently, Kaizer Chiefs, they would like to offer him something better so that he cannot be lured by Al Ali. So I don't know. What have you heard?
Yeah, that is true what you are saying, brother. I've also had that kind of a situation, that story. What I can confirm to you right now is that, yes, there are those kind of rumors. And then it looks like there's a team in Saudi Arabia that has promised our striker a lot of money. You know, those guys that are dealing with oil, man. So they've got that money like dust. So one of the most important things that they forget is that Nurkovic has got a 3-year contract with Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
So he only finished his first season. He's still a Kaizer Chiefs player. Even if they can try to lure him or anything like that, they are destabilizing him. You know, these kind of rumors, they're always destabilizing a player.
Yeah.
Psychologically, or otherwise, it will always have a negative impact to the player.
Yeah.
Yes, Nurkovic is a very good player, and then he deserves whatever that he's looking for. And I'm looking forward to our management will be able to definitely make a plan and ensure that he gets something as per his request. However, remember, he's not playing alone.
Yeah.
He's with other players.
Yes.
And then we take accountability.
Yes.
And then whatever happens on the left, it must also happen on the right.
Yes.
I think all these things that have been mentioned in the media by some of the journalists, they're saying that Katsande is the highest paid player, or Billiard or anything like that. Yeah. You know, those kind of, they're destabilizing the team. They're destabilizing the players. Everyone wants to play for money. Yes, I also like money, my friend.
Yeah.
However, Bobby mentioned that now there must be a willing seller and a willing buyer. If a willing seller is not willing to sell due to certain circumstances beyond our control, there's no way that we can release that player. However, if there's any situations or the circumstances are good, for the player to go, we will release the player. We've never stood, or we will never block any player from going for greener pastures. It has happened with so many players. So the last most important thing that I also heard is that the next game for Kaizer Chiefs, which will be on Tuesday against SuperSport, Nurkovic will be playing. So these kind of rumors are there to destabilize each and every team. It's unfortunate that our media sometimes we're reporting things in a negative way always. If you open on Soccer Laduma and all those, they will tell you all those kind of things about Kaizer Chiefs not doing that, but they don't understand that there's always, I mean, a situation whereby each and every team can lose a momentum. Orlando Pirates last season, they started exactly like this. And how many coaches have taken over from Orlando Pirates? And today, if you look at them, they're a well-oiled machine. Mamelodi Sundowns, there was a period where the fans wanted Pito to go because he was not delivering any goods. So this thing is, it's just natural. It happens in any sporting environment. It happens. So people should learn to understand that we don't have to run away from these things. They do happen, and then there's always what we call rumors. Rumors can always build, or sometimes they can always create, destroy a team or a player in this case. So as Amakhosi, I'm definitely sure that we will sort that matter out, because we cannot allow him to go. He can't just go like that.
What if Nokovic says, guys, look at my situation. These guys are offering me a good money. Are you prepared to upgrade the existing contract? Not extending the contract, but the existing contract in terms of the monetary value. Add something that I need. Now, the issue of other players complaining because one player gets more than the other, I don't think that is fair. We are in a capitalistic world. People need to understand. Contract will never be the same. The same with the teams. Okay, Pirates will get this contract, and then Amazon will get a different contract. So people need to understand that. If you go to La Liga, it's not like here where the sponsor the entire league, all the teams. In La Liga, everybody gets a share, but Barcelona and Madrid have a different arrangement with the main sponsor. So people need to understand the contracts are not the same. So I don't think it's fair for the players, for them, because when the guy came, he was offered whatever he was offered. So if the team was valuing him and give him so much, so why should be the concern of you as the other player? I don't think it's fair, but I'm saying if Nokovic says, okay, guys, improve the condition. Let me get the money. Because look at this way. Chiefs has a right to hold on to him until he finishes his contract. But like you said, already the guy is destabilized emotionally, mentally, and otherwise. So that might have an impact even in his play. It will definitely affect him. So how can you respond if you were advising Kaizer Chiefs management or you were in the Kaizer Chiefs management?
Look, contracts, my brother, contracts are not cast in stone like that. So what is basically happening with contracts? Contracts are negotiable. Any contract that you're signing, you negotiate first. So I'm sure that Kaizer Chiefs will be able to negotiate. And remember that Nukovic is still our player. And then in the next we've got two years with him contract right now. So I don't see any problem in terms of negotiating. However, we must be careful, because we must not create a certain precedent whereby each and every player will say, now, I want you to increase my salary or anything. I understand this. Your statement would say it's unfair to the player. But remember, players are players, and they can react to any situation. I mean, if you look at incidences like George Maluleka. George Maluleka left Kaizer Chiefs because he felt that they're not giving him the money that he was looking for and the duration of the contract that he was looking for. and then he got that money, whatever he was looking for at Sundowns, and then he got the duration that he wanted at Sundowns. But at the same time, how many games has he played so far? You see, so you never know. These things are so unpredictable. But I believe that each and every contract, it's negotiable. And a player who's so committed like Nukovic, I don't foresee any problem with management sitting down and discussing with his agent and then coming up with an amicable kind of a solution, because we need that man. He's our top striker. We need him.
But you have mentioned something very important, that you have negotiated a contract, and a contract has been concluded. Now, here is a player. Now he says, you know what, I'm getting a better offer. You improve that contract. Will that not destabilize the team as a whole? With other players saying, if they can improve that one, we also want our condition to be improved. Because I'll tell you why. Remember Neymar, they said in few months, not even few months, in few weeks, having just signed with PSG, started regretting. He wanted to. I'm coming to what you are saying. And then PSG, they stuck their guns. If Barcelona wants him, they must buy him using the buyout law. They didn't waive. Neymar threw tantrums, he's playing well now, okay? The same with Barcelona with Messi. Messi said, they said, no. If you leave, the buyout clause should be met. Now, yesterday when I was talking to sheikhs, I was talking about honesty and integrity. So honesty and integrity is not only attached to the team or the management of the team. I think even players as individuals. It's not fair. You have a contract in place which you sign with your eyes open. Now, what means now trying to be dishonest? Because if I view that kind of a situation, let's say Nukovic gets his way, he goes to Arab. What stops another team from somewhere else wanting to buy him? And then having not fulfilled. I think players too, they must take full responsibility of being honest and have integrity. So for me, I think it would be wise for Nukovic to say, well, yes, these guys, they want me, but if the team does not want me to leave, I still have a contract. I must give 100% to Kaizer Chiefs and play well, so that these guys, they can wait for him come the time when now he's entering the last 6 months of his contract, and then he can negotiate better. Because you need to be a man of principle. You need to be a man of honor, because if you start behaving in a manner that is not acceptable, that you don't want to honor your contract, it worries me. So I don't think the onus is on Kaizer Chiefs management here. The onus is on the player himself. The player must prove that he's an honorable person, he's an honest person, and he must take responsibility. That's what I could argue.
I agree with you 100%. I really do agree with you, because in life, if you don't live with integrity and honesty, definitely never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Players, they should learn to understand the fact that once I sign a contract, it's binding. And if you want to change a contract, you can't just change overnight. You want to change your contract just like that. That's why I'm saying these negative elements who are influencing some of our players negatively, they don't understand the repercussions behind this. That as a human being, you need to live with integrity. You need to live with that honor. I mean, if you are down today, Mr. Tshabalala, I can tell you one thing: you've lived with honor throughout your life. That's why some of us will give you that respect. So if, as a person, you don't live with honor and integrity, you'll never go anywhere in life. Yes, Nukovic is our player, and they are enticing him with all these kind of offers. I agree with you. It's all up to him to keep to keep to his agreement. He agreed on that three-year contract. When he came to Chiefs, he was nothing. He was a nobody. Now he's somebody else. They are able to recognize him, and then he cannot come and dictate terms just like that. It's highly impossible.
I'm sure the most important thing is like running a business. Sorry to cut you short. It's like running a business. You need to have a team. When I talk about team, you need to have lawyers. You need to have people who look after your financial affairs, like your accountant. You know, the contract should be done in such a way that, it gives you an escape clause.
Sure.
So if players, they should do that right from the beginning. It should have the escape clause or that flexibility that should this happen, this is what is going to happen. All right, not right. I don't know what is the contract between Nokovic and Kaizer Chiefs, but if his contract does not have the escape clause, one, or the contract does not have the flexibility of it happen, if it happens along the way, something happens or something comes up, and this is how I'm going to deal with the situation. So I don't think it's correct. You know, we started UTA. UTA, it's written as EUTA, which stands for Entertainment Universal Talent Agency. It's myself and some lawyers and some people in the branding industry or marketing industry. Now, the reason why we started that, we wanted to look after the interest of entertainers, whether it's musicians, actors, anyone who is in entertainment, whether it's a football player, then we come to the space. Currently, we have two people that are on our stable, which is Frank Casino and Cedric Foray. Because those are the issues that needs to be looked at right from the beginning, so that and remember, a contract is a two-way traffic. It's easy to blame the team or the company. What about you as an actor or an entertainer? What are your responsibilities? So now this company was formed to do two ways, to help the entertainers to negotiate a proper contract, but at the same time to help the entertainers to understand the contract and its implication. Because firstly, sometimes they are happy to sign, to put a signature on the dotted line, but they don't understand the implication, what it means in the long run. So those are some of the things that we need to clear up, because the thing is, sometimes a company has no problem. As company has put its condition clearly right from the beginning. But because you're excited, you wanted to appear on TV, you wanted to be, you sign without understanding. The next thing you start blaming. So our job is also to educate them and say, as you sign this contract, these are the implications. This is what you should keep as part of your package. So that's what I wanted to say.
No, I agree with you, Tau. It's about time that players or entertainers, they need to have representatives. Companies like your Utah, those are very crucial stakeholders, because sometimes some of the players, they just sign without even understanding the terms and conditions of that particular contract. As long as they see figures, then they are happy. At the end of the day, they become vulnerable to manipulation in so many ways. So it's really important that players should understand the contract. Even if you've gone to school or anything like that, you still need to have a recognizable lawyer or legal somebody with experience who knows exactly how to interpret a contract. So most of the players, unfortunately, they they became victims through this kind of a process, just by not understanding the contracts, the terms and conditions apply. They don't read the fine print. They are excited. They just come and sign. They just sign everything and see all those figures, and then they're happy, signing on fees and everything. At the end of the day, they end up complaining to the team. I see some of the players, like some of them, they say, no, they were paying me 500 rand because they thought I didn't know anything about money and all those. But you signed for that. They must understand exactly when you sign, what are the implications? What are you saying when you sign that particular contract? Other people, they also sign a blank contract. How can you do that? How do you sign a blank contract in life? It's not possible. However, we will keep talking about these kind of things, and we are not blaming anyone. And we are just saying our players should just raise their hands, and then understand that now there are people out there like Utah who will be able to assist them and be able to assist them in terms of interpretation of their contracts. And these contracts are their bread and butter. So we need to know, we need to make sure that they understand the contents of the contract. But there's so much that we can talk about in this particular subject. However, we can put it for another day.
That is why we are called the big R, the principle of all the positive R words. One of
absolutely
the R words is responsibility. We all have responsibility. The contract will give you responsibility as an individual, and also the team or the company, they have their responsibility. You must keep your part of responsibility. So on this one, I think Nokovic, Kaizer Chiefs need him more than before. So he must keep his part of the responsibility. We are not saying he's reneging. We are not sure, all right? But we hope that that kind of understanding will be taken into consideration. Whoever is advising him should also tell him that, no, you have responsibility to fulfill the promise that you promised. Now, let's move on. I want to go internationally before we come back to local. I know there was hullabaloo about Messi and Ronaldo playing, and some people are saying this could have been the last game. I don't believe so. They'll still meet. They'll still meet again. And then I watched the game. Both played well, but the truth of the matter is not because I'm a fan of Messi. Messi played extremely beautiful football on that day. Unfortunately, he could not score. He hit about 7 balls, shots, and which Buffon was up to the challenge to those balls. Yes. And Ronaldo, yes, but I think the only thing that I saw in him, it's him scoring penalties, all right? I saw Messi at some point taking about 4 plays, all right, of which I didn't see Ronaldo even taking more than 2. The argument that I was telling that Ronaldo can't take 2 players at the goal, he's always taking 1, but he's good. He's good in the sense that what I've seen Ronaldo's added in his game. Ronaldo now goes back and mark 1, and Ronaldo now is passing, unlike before. If you see somebody in a better position, he'll give him the ball. He has grown up as far as that is concerned. But I'm very disappointed at Ronaldo's sister to tweet, to show Messi bowing to Ronaldo. You know what? If I am in closer to those people, I wouldn't do that. All right? It's just like Griezmann. Griezmann, his brothers and everybody were coming and defending him. And I like what Messi does. Messi keeps quiet. All right? Because I don't see any reason, and I haven't seen Messi's father coming and talking and say Messi is the best or whatever. In actual fact, the opposite is always the case. I see Ronaldo always saying he's the best. I don't see Messi talking. In fact, I always see Messi say, no, Ronaldo is the best. He's better than me, but I think it's just playing a mind game. So I think it was childish for Ronaldo's sister, because for me, if a person does that, it's like they're panicking. Messi is a problem to them. Why do you have to go to an extent showing Messi bowing to Ronaldo? I don't know. Maybe you have
I'll talk about two things. Number one, people are talking, and people are talking without understanding football on its own. If you look at the way Messi behaved, as well as Ronaldo, I was really touched, my brother. The way they hugged each other before the game. You can see that there's no animosity here. And then what I liked about one statement that was uttered by Ronaldo, he said, I always don't see Messi as an enemy. Messi is a player just like me. So we are good friends in the field of play. There's no animosity between us. That is very positive. I think people should learn from these two utterances, from these two guys, the way they're behaving, their attitude towards one another. They're just respecting each other. They're respecting each other very well, of which is very good. So people are just blowing things out of proportion, especially the sister. I was not impressed with that kind of sentiments as well. But you know what? We understand things differently. You find that now she doesn't understand football like you and I understanding football, like each and every friend that is understanding football. However, we will always forgive such people because you know what? It's football. It's made of different types of comments and sentiments, and people are crazy about football worldwide. They will always say anything, but we as the custodians of football, we need to show them the way. Let's keep talking about this. We're not blaming anyone, but we are just teaching people. The only way to empower people is to teach them. And once you have taught them something, then they will be able to fall under the big R. They will be able to read. And then once they read, they become reliable. And at the same time, we'll be able to know that, wow, we've got something. The big R is working. So this is now the big R at work. And let's work, my brother.
I'll tell one thing. Ronaldo still has a responsibility. He should lead his family. Because this is not for the first time. Even his mom at some point comes to the debate. And I like what Messi family does. They're quiet. They must just be quiet. And he must lead. You know, to fairness of Griezmann, and when it went out of control, apparently he even approached the former scout or manager to say, stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't see me. I've never worked with you for the past 2 years, but you keep on talking and you are making things difficult for me. So that's the kind of leadership that I'm looking for from Ronaldo, to rein his sister. And as I say, at some point I saw his mother coming and defending, and Messi doesn't talk. You see, so I hear what you are saying. He can say this, but now when you see people close to you are saying this, how am I going to believe it? You must rein them in and say, no, guys, you are making things difficult. Play football.
Exactly.
And exactly. I all the time when they ask him, say, no, I'm the best, and all those kind of things, you know, and show respect. One of the R words, show respect. You know what? Yes. Being not arrogant, he's not arrogant, but he's very assertive, and he believes in himself, which is, there's no problem with that. And then,
yes.
But it's like when they always come in and quote Messi, it's like people are not sure. They're scared of the little man. But nevertheless, let's pass on. The other thing that worries me, and then I heard Neymar said next year he definitely wants to play with Messi. Now, all of a sudden, people said, no, Messi is going to PSG. Who said that? He never said that. All right? And if I listen, today, I heard they said, Neymar said, no, I'm staying put. And he never said anything further than that. He said, I'm staying put at PSG. But remember, he said, next year, definitely I'm going to play. I'm going to make sure that I play with Messi. Now, anything can happen there. Now we have two candidates who are presidential candidates who are already saying, once we win, we are going to fetch Neymar back to Barcelona. And we know that Messi, with all the factors around him, all right, everybody's encouraging him to stay at Barcelona, including Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has said many times that my wish, because I'm a Barcelona fan, I wish that he stays there. He's not saying that out of the blue. He knows the player. He knows the player that he loves Barcelona. All right. So I don't know where does this come from that Messi will go to PSG. I'm saying it. Messi will never go to PSG. Messi will never go to Man City. Messi is gonna be there with Barcelona, depending who wins the presidential. All right. The guy who's acting now as a president, I think he was not supposed to pass those comments that they were supposed to sell Messi. His mandate is very simple: set up the structure, ensure that there will be elections so that we have a new president. And he could not even meet his date, this guy. Instead, there he goes, he commented that they should have sold Messi. That was wrong. That was wrong for him. That was not his space. He's destabilizing the team. And I hear that, but you know, there's always rumor. If there's something else, Messi's name will always be thrown in. For me, that's confirmation that he is the GOAT. So if you know, when people target you all the time, so that means you are not good. You know, you are a threat. A threat. That's it.
Yes.
If I was closer to Messi's team, I would say, don't worry. This assures you that you are a troublemaker. Just like Jomo Sono used to be a troublemaker. And I still say, even today, it will take years for us to have a player like Jomo Sono in this country.
Absolutely.
He was a troublemaker. So, so that's my understanding of Lionel Messi. All right, and the debate. And then I saw that Abramovich is doing well at his age with AC Milan. I'm so encouraged. And then again, I still want to go back. If I go to England, you know, Man United, please don't put pressure on Solskjaer. This guy is coming up with the team. You know, building a team, it doesn't take overnight. It takes a while. And then I can see, you know, I can see that there's direction. So they must just be patient with him. And remember, Solskjaer has not yet completed the 3 years. And the same with Arteta. I think they need to be patient with Arteta. The people that they can start putting pressure on is people like Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola was given a lot of money to build up the team, and he hasn't won the Champions League. So those are the people that needs to be put pressure on. All right. So, but people like Solskjaer and so on, you need to be very, very conservative. Koeman, I don't know. I don't know whether it's coming or going. I really don't know what's happening. And I hear that the players are not happy with the system that he buys. We don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, PSG, they are always, I mean, not PSG, Bayern Munich, they are always a gem. And why not? We need to talk about PSG. Why not? We need to talk about Neymar. Neymar scored hat-trick. All right. And Neymar is on fire. All right. And I'm certain, should they win the Champions League, Neymar will never go to Barcelona.
I agree with you on
that we can win the Champions League. I don't need to go and play with Messi. All right, should they win the Champions League, I don't think Neymar will go to Barcelona. But should they lose along the way, that is gonna really push him now to Barcelona.
But you know that what I'm thinking is that let me think differently to yours at the moment.
Yeah.
Messi is regretting. I'm sorry, not Messi.
Neymar.
Neymar. Neymar is regretting that he left Barcelona, and Neymar's combination and the coach himself, Messi, it was excellent. He enjoyed his football there, and then Neymar. If you can check Neymar and the coach himself, what they were doing, the tiki-taka, it was excellent. They were mastering that tactic very well. So Neymar is regretting now that he wants to go back to and play with Messi. And it's still possible that he can go, Whether he wins it or not, I can tell you one thing: he still want to go. He still want to come back to Barcelona. And then if he comes back to Barcelona, I can tell you one thing: Messi will not go anywhere. Whether he comes or not, but Messi will never go anywhere.
Now let me tell you
that's his hope.
Let me tell you the other thinking. Messi was blessed by Ronaldinho.
Yes.
Messi has just said, if there's anybody who's gonna take my position, is Neymar. That's a blessing on its own. And people who are around Neymar are Barcelona fans, like Daniel Vez. Daniel Vez has even said Neymar should go back to Barcelona. All right? So Ronaldinho is his wish. Rivaldo is his wish. If you look at the majority of top players in Brazil, except those who are playing for Madrid, they wish that Neymar should go to Barcelona, all right, to play with.
Yes.
Because it looks like it's gonna be a transition, and then Messi, I think, feels like because Ronaldinho passed the baton to me, I want to pass it to Neymar. He's the guy who can take this baton from me. So that's what Messi is crying for. All right. And I see, well, Ansu Fati is very good, but this is how I see it. If Neymar goes to Barcelona, Messi is going to pass the baton to Neymar, and Neymar is going to pass the baton to Ansu Fati. I hope Ansu Fati get good people around him to advise him and manage him. That's how far we can go to international. Let's come to the local football. Lead me there.
Exactly so.
Which game do you want us to talk about? Amakosi.
Let's talk about the big one first. Amakosi is on Tuesday. Let's talk about the big one.
Let's talk about the big one, because we might even get cut. We haven't spoken about the big one, Bloemfontein Celtics and Orlando Pirates. How do you see it?
Yeah, the game is taking place at Moses Mabhida Stadium on Saturday evening. And my brother, I can tell you one thing. Mr. John Maduga, I'm going to quote him quickly. He says it's a team that is playing good football. There've been so many games, up to 9 unbeaten, since we started this season. So they haven't lost any game, said Maduga. So that kind of a statement, it tells you that this man is very, very confident about his team. He's very sure with his team, and then he knows that he's going to play against one of the best teams, which is Orlando Pirates. I can tell you one thing, Tau. This game is gonna end in tears. It's gonna end in tears because right now, as I'm talking to you, it looks like the Buccaneers are already celebrating before they can even play the game. And you know what? Offensively, Orlando Pirates, they are quick going forward. So we know exactly what Celtic is going to play against. However, when they attack, they forget to shut the back door. And Celtic are very quick in terms of counter-attack. They're playing these youngsters who are quick in terms of counter-attack. And I don't see Orlando Pirates winning this one. Now, mark my words, it's going to end in tears. Celtic will come back with a trophy, and they will win the game by 1-0.
What about the argument that Pirates hasn't tasted the trophy for quite a while, and Pirates have a very good coach? Then underestimate this coach. And Pirates look solid this year. Yes, they've been having some stumbles because of the fact that they are hungrier. All right, that look, they haven't tasted any victory. Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, I think the two teams are the most hungriest team now because they are used to glory. All right, they are used to glory, so they want to bring back those old days, those celebrations, and of which they've been, giving their fans something to celebrate. So how about that? How about that? Don't you think because of that edge of wanting to bring the old days of happy people? What's your take?
Tau, I hear you. I hear you, my brother. Amakosi and Orlando Pirates, they are both hungry. They are both hungry for over 6 years, not bringing any trophy. But remember, the sleeping giant, which is Amasele said, Bloemfontein Celtic, in the last 3 months, they've gone to 2 finals. This is the second final, I think, that they're going to. And if you can look into that, their last 3-4 games, they've been so unlucky. But in terms of play, they did very well. They went to Africa, and then they won 2-0 in DRC. And then they came to South Africa. When the opponents came here in the return game, they rested their key players. And then now their key players are ready. And you know what? I'm definitely sure that they will be giving Orlando Pirates some goosebumps. Yes, Orlando Pirates on paper, they are solid. They are attack-minded. They're doing everything. But I've seen some loopholes in their game against last week against Stellenbosch. And I've seen another loophole in their last game when they were playing against Baroka. They equalized in the last dying minute, which tells me that Orlando Pirates, they somehow lose focus. When it comes to attacking, they attack, but they forget to shut the back door. And if you get these prolific strikers, these youngsters from Celtic, they are very hungry, my brother. Hungry than Orlando Pirates because they want to stamp their names as well. They want to also make their own history. They will bring the cup back to Bloemfontein. I can tell you that. Yes, Orlando Pirates is good on paper and all those. But the problem is that I don't see them having that plan B that will be able to handle Celtic the way they will be running at them. If you run at Orlando Pirates, you are creating problems for them. You are putting more pressure on them. So Celtic will be running at Orlando Pirates using counter-attacks. Celtic have got very nice players, good players as well, just like Orlando Pirates. And the defense of Orlando Pirates in the last 2 games, they conceded about 3 goals, which is a concern for me. It's a very serious concern because if you've got a team that is solid like Orlando Pirates, just conceding those kind of goals, it means something is not right in the defense. There's no communication. There's no proper communication. And I'm starting to doubt that new goalkeeper, Ofori. Ofori has conceded 3 to 4 goals in the last 3 games or so. And he's full of mistakes. He cannot be able to handle crosses. He's struggling with crosses. And I can tell you, Celtic will be able to punish them from that kind of an angle. That's all I can say, my brother, about the game.
I want to say heads off to Ndumiso Mabena, the boys.
Absolutely.
The mere fact that more than 3 teams, according to Silendona when we were interviewing him here, they wanted him, and then he decided to stay with Celtics. In other words, he did the other R words, reciprocate. They've been there when he was down, and then when they needed him most, he decided to hang up with them. This is what we are saying to Nokovic. This is when Kaizer Chiefs need him most. So he must come to the party. It should not be one-way traffic. So on that score, I say, Mabena has shown maturity. Maybe he's not aware. So for me, it shows how people show appreciation, all right? You help me when I'm down, then I'll reciprocate, which is one of the R words, all right? So for me, that I say heads off to him. And then let me go to John Maduga. John Maduga is doing extremely well. I think he needs to top up, this performance and whatever that he's doing with a title, all right? So that's one thing. He needs this title more than anybody else, all right? Because everybody's talking about John Maduga. I saw the social media. They were saying, somebody was saying, I didn't know that John Maduga is so popular. And remember, we also wanted to have him on our show. But Celtics notified us that because you are going to the final, you might not get him. Doesn't matter. Probably get him after the final, whether he wins or not. But we'll say heads off to him. And heads off to Celtic management. And then by being so solid, supporting each other, irrespective of whatever hiccups that they face. You know what impresses most about Celtics? The fact that they've retained their squad that they used the last season. No,
yes, yes.
there are no problems. These problems that we are getting are just rumors in the street, all right? Which they are not helpful. So for me, I'm saying heads off to Celtic, because this thing of players, I want to move and so on, what Nikovic is trying to do, if it is him, all right? If this thing is initiated by him and his team, it's not an honor. It's not a respectable thing for a person to do in a relationship. A relationship must be mutual. We need to respect each other. I need to benefit from you, you need to benefit from me. He has benefited from Kaizer Chiefs when they took him from nowhere. Now Kaizer Chiefs needs him. They want to benefit from him. You should remember that. That's all I can do. You know, so John Maduga, he need to cap his good performance with a trophy. But at the same time, Pirates coach, I think he's a good coach. He's a very good coach. And then him too, he needs to complement his technical awareness, you know, his ability to read the game with a trophy. He really needs a trophy. Pirates has to get a trophy. Remember, like I said, Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs have not been getting trophies for them. How many years? 5 years or so now? And these are big teams.
Yeah.
You talk about South African football, big teams, Pirates, Chiefs, all right, in terms of numbers, in terms of crowds. But in terms of the game, in the field of play, I think Sundowns have surpassed both of them. Sundowns is exactly in the country now.
Yes.
In terms of numbers, in terms of titles, and in terms of numbers, in terms of support, Sundowns is coming. Sundowns is coming. Celtics, in terms of numbers and support, we know Celtics is coming. It's also coming. And we hope that Swallows will also revive that support. Remember, Swallows has always been having support. And
yes,
that's what the majority of Swallows fans, they've gone to Sundowns. The majority of Swallows have gone to Sundowns. But there are those diehard Sundowns who are still there. I mean, Swallows. So we want to see the beautiful birds reclaiming his position. And big up to Panyaza and his team. They are doing well. And I still remind you, are we not going to see the Leicester City story repeating itself in South Africa? I'm still saying. I'm still saying.
My brother, this is football.
Yeah?
This is football. It's unpredictable. Eh? Anything is possible. But you know what? Yeah. Let's wait for the second round. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the second round. That's when I will be able to gauge Swallows if they'll be able to sustain their performance or not. Yeah. You know, most of the teams, they will start like this, but at the end of the day, I mean, I remember there was last season, there was a period when Baroka was on top of the league. And then, you know what? At the end of the day, they're fighting for relegation. So you never know these things. Let's wait for next season and see what's gonna. I mean, the next round. Let's see what's gonna happen. They say history repeats itself. Everybody never believed that Leicester will do what they did, and then everybody was no. It's temporary. They went all the way. It's temporary. They went all the way until they finish. So I'm saying, I hope we are not going to see the repeat. I'm just warning. I'm not saying it's going to happen that way. No, I hear you, Tao. I hear you, my brother. Yeah. I hear you. All right. I hear you. I think the time has worked against us. And then other teams will talk about them on Tuesday morning, looking at the games that are coming. And then we wish everybody good luck. We wish Pirates good luck to win the cup. We wish Celtic to win the cup. Both coaches. Hela jalo, hela jalo. Hela jalo on that. All right, Jakey, thank you very much. Yeah? You're welcome, my brother. Okay. For life. For life. Alpelu moya, man. Definitely. So thanks, my brother. Thank you.